my favorite song at church was a song called Awesome God. Has anyone ever heard the song Awesome God? You have? Yeah, if you haven't, you're in for a treat. It's an awesome song. Has this like big, powerful arena rock chorus. Just like, our God is an awesome God. Just like, holy shit, is God a Ford truck? You know? Yeah. My God is a 400-ton towing capacity. What do you have, Buddha? Cal, suck my God dick. Woo! You know? Jumps a ramp, fireworks goes off. Yeah. I'm from the South. That's what we think God is. Yeah. I actually do think that's the voice of God. There's like, what? Like, that's, yeah. That's the voice of someone who's like, I can make the world in 7 days. Fuck it, I'll do it in 6, take the 7th day off. Woo! Beer, yeah. You know, that's, and I don't know, but I'm a procrastinator. I don't know how God did it, you know? I just assumed day 6 it was a lot of like, oh shit, I forgot to make animals. Okay, I could do that. Lion, sea lion, okay. Bass, sea bass, this is easy. Monkeys, sea monkeys, fuck yeah. And an angel's like, God, those are just brine shrimp. Another angel's like, don't fucking mess with him. This is the most work he's gotten done all week. What happened? Well, on Wednesday he made heroin and, you know, spent the next couple days making space. Oh, God, space looks like God was on heroin, okay? Like it's beautiful art, but there's huge spaces where he just nodded off and like, he forgot to close a line of code so like it expands forever and... Okay, can tell where I lose you, it's coding. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I've been bullied a lot in my life because I'm a ginger. Yeah. Thank you. I can't tell, I hope that you are not applauding bullying. You're a ginger, oh, good. No, it sucks, you know? Like, you learn to let it roll off your back, but, you know, it's always gonna hurt. He's still your dad. So, yeah. It's cool. I get to decide what kind of nursing home he goes into, so, yeah. Beatings instead of food. Yeah. It's gonna be cool. I do love my father. We have a good relationship. It's complicated. I look at my dad sort of the same way that I look at Papa John. Like, I hate his politics, but I've called him drunk at 1 in the morning looking for answers. You know, like, you know, double pepperoni and gay people are real. Yeah. I think texting has ruined romance. Thank you. I'm glad that there's at least someone here who's not going to die alone. But no, I think texting has ruined romance, you know? Like when my dad was in college, if he wanted to tell a girl he was horny, he had to mail her an actual eggplant. You know, like... Wait 3 weeks for some wax lips to show up? That's terrible, you know? That's why they wrote letters. I'm married. I've been with the same woman for 14 years. Thank you. If you want to know what it's like to be married in 2016, it's one person politely clapping while everyone else goes, I don't think on this one. Yeah. Like, no one gives a fuck if you're married. We've been married 8 years, together 14, monogamous the entire time. I know, it's an alternative lifestyle at this point, but like, it's just kind of like, oh my God, you're what? Monogamous? Ew. Like, I don't know, like, I love her. She thinks I'm sexy, which is incredibly polite of her, and like, yeah, she doesn't, as long as she doesn't cheat in front of me, I don't care. Like, just don't leave, I guess. No. Oh, what, you've never stayed in love for health insurance? All right, that's, no, it's, break my heart, but I can still break my leg? Fine, that's all right. No, like, it's good, but here's the thing, 14 years together, eventually you just get tired of the same person, so you have to spice it up a little bit. And I want to be clear, like, we have a good it's a healthy sex life. I'm a big fan of oral. I know it's brave. Yeah. And I want to be clear, when I say I'm a fan, I don't mean that I like oral sex. I'm a fan, okay? I read blogs. I'm in a fantasy league. I keep my head in the game, even when my head's not in the game. But despite that, you got to keep it fresh. And the way that we did it recently, we had that terrible conversation you should never have in a relationship. She was like, hey, baby, want to do something special tonight? I was like, yeah. And she was like, tell me your fantasies. And I was like, nah. Yeah. I'm good. Do you want to visit your mother? Like, anything. And she's like, why? Why not? You trust me with everything. I've been through 2 dead grandmothers with you. You really can't tell me your fantasies? And I was like, fine. Let's start small. I would like to have a threesome. And my wife was like, a fucking course you do, yeah! Like me fucking some girl and you watch and then you fuck both of us, and I was like, oh, you do understand. And she was just like, that's very brave of you, yeah, very brave. How about this, how about you have your threesome? But instead of you, me, and another girl, it's you, me, and another guy. And I was like, what about Scott? And she was like, we don't know a Scott. And I was like, no, you don't know a Scott. I know an awesome Scott. He's in my fantasy league. So I'm not allowed to talk to Scott anymore. It's good. I haven't dated a lot of people. I've dated 4 women and 1 guy by accident. And I'll tell you that real quick. When I was 16, I met this guy at an outdoor music concert in Tennessee, and he liked Star Wars, and I like Star Wars, and we both were smoking weed, so we were like, let's be best friends. And he was like, hey, you're really cool. Do you want to go to the movies tomorrow night? I was like, fuck yeah, why not? And I'm like, yeah, this is great. And picks me up at 8. We're driving to the movie. He's like, movie doesn't start for like an hour. Do you want to get some pizza? And I'm like, yeah, new friend. And he's like, goes over. And he paid for the pizza, paid for drinks at the pizza. And I was like, I have money. And he's like, don't worry about it. Tonight's about you. And I was like, you're goddamn right it is. You know how to start a friendship. Over dinner, I realized this is the most direct eye contact another man has ever made with me, and it's refreshing to be treated like a person for once, you know? I was like, he's crushing friendship. We go to the movie, paid for the movie, fucking bought a drink. I was like, you're really cool, this is nice. And we went in, and the lights came down, and the trailers start playing, and that's when he places his hand ever so gently upon my hand, and that's when I realized I've completely misjudged the situation. But here's the thing, he'd been such a chill dude up to that point, I was sort of like, fuck it, let's see where tonight goes. And I held his hand. I didn't lead him on, I didn't cut a hole in the bottom of the popcorn, stick my cock through as a surprise for later, I just held his hand. And he was a gentleman, never tried to like pull me close, tickle my knee, none of that. He was a gentleman. And I realized at the end of the movie, I have to tell this guy the fucking truth when we get back to my parents' house. If he agrees to walk me to the front door. Yeah, because if he's not a gentleman, fuck his feelings. I'm a Southern belle, okay? Like, so, we get back to my parents' house. Guess what? Dreamboat walks me to the front door. Yeah. And I'm just like, I had a great time tonight. And he's like, I had a great time tonight too. And I'm like, cool. And he's like, cool. And then we're standing there, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to tell him. And unfortunately, my thought process just looks a lot like this. Just a lot of... And using the signals God gave him, guys, Zach Morris went in for the kiss. And I was like, I mean, fuck it, we've gone this far. And I kissed him, and I want to be clear. You know, like, I felt his stubble go into my stubble and his mouth open, slip me a little truth. And, like, I know there's dudes here who are like, I know I'm straight because when I was 6, I saw a one-piece bathing suit in a JCPenney catalog, and I had a boner till I was 28. But, like, not all of us are that secure, okay? Some of us had questions. Like, I don't want to fuck a guy, but I definitely want to dance with all of them to TLC songs. There's gray areas. So I stepped back away from the kiss, and I looked at him, and I was like, hey, I have to be honest with you. When I agreed to go out tonight, I didn't realize this was going to be a date. If you're really bad, you paid for everything. But like when you held my hand, it didn't feel wrong. But when you kissed me, it didn't feel right. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it didn't feel right. I'm saying everybody likes different things. What I'm saying is, can we still be friends? I know, that would have been the perfect thing to say. What I actually said is, I'm moving in 2 weeks. Yeah, I was 16. If you thought I was going to be braver than that, it's on you. But I will say this. I'm married now. It's my high school sweetheart. I met her a couple months after that date. And I honestly give that guy credit for why we're still together. Because to this day, that man is the standard I hold every woman to. So, learn about Star Wars. My name is John Michael. Have a good night.